today after it was postponed for further investigation last week Thursday. Now, to give the defence some time to study information it received from the state. Krejcir's law team told the court the state had been given 56,000 documents of data derived from cell phone conversations by the accused only a few days before the trial and was unable to go through them in time. On the line, well, we are joined by a private investigator, Sir Paul O'Sullivan, who's been very closely linked with this case. Good morning, Mr. O'Sullivan. Are you there?
Yes, good morning. Just to correct you, I'm not a private investigator. We run a firm of forensic consultants, and there's a slight difference.
Yeah, there is. I think we've put it right on there. Forensic investigator it is. But just recap for us where we are at this stage of the case, please.
Well, this is just the one case. This is the case relating to the kidnapping and attempted of the brother of a drug trafficker. And Krejcir stands accused with a number of other people. Now, that trial was supposed to start last Tuesday, and Krejcir's defence team have raised all sorts of queries, which they're entitled to do. Now, in particular, they've raised queries about the cell phone records, and they're not transcripts, they're just literally cell phone records. Now, they want the state to do their work for them. They want the state to sit down with them and show them which parts of the cell phone records are relevant. You know, what normally happens, I've never, in all my years, and I've been in the criminal justice system for 37 years, I've never seen a situation where the state or the prosecution would actually hold the hands of the defence team and show them how they're going to prosecute them. What they normally do is they lead their case, the defence team will sit there and listen to that case being led, and, you know, at the end of the day, they then decide how they're going to cross-examine those witnesses, how they're going to present their evidence. Now, I'm shocked to hear that the defence team are taken aback by 56,000 pages of cell phone records. They wanted the records. They've been given the records. And 3 compact discs with those records on. They know what their client's been doing. Their client can explain to them and show them where he was phoning who and who was phoning him and so on and so forth. And I think at the end of the day, what they're doing is they're just grasping at straws. They're looking for any reason they can to delay the case because they know that when this case is finished, their client will be found guilty of very serious offences. And this is just one offence. There's a lot more offences waiting in the wings.
That's the outcome that you expect. And also tell us then what this kind of outcome would mean for the country.
Well, I think what we've seen is this man wreaking havoc in our country since 2007. He stepped off a plane from the Seychelles where he evaded arrest by, I think, an hour or an hour and a half. And they would have arrested him and shipped him back to the Czech Republic where he belongs. Now, I've heard arguments saying that, we should just put him on a plane and send him back. Well, there's a problem with that. And the problem I have is that he's linked to quite a number of murders in this country. He was charged 3 weeks ago with conspiracy to murder myself. And Colonel Kimber, who arrested him on the charges he's currently being tried for now. Now, you can't run around just... I spoke to the police officer that arrested him, a captain in the police. And while he was taking Krejcir's fingerprints, Krejcir said to this police officer, "You better make a good job of this because it's the last time you'll be taking anybody's fingerprints." Now, what kind of arrogance and criminality is that? We just don't need it in our country. But what we need to do is we need to prosecute him to the fullest extent of the law. In the same way that Shreen Diwani tried to drag the reputation of this country down, Krejcir has done the same. And the only way we're going to set the record straight is to send a message out to like-minded criminals around the world that in South Africa, you're just not going to get it right. And that's what I want to see happen here.
Finally, the processes in South Africa, do you feel all the processes around this case have been proper and have been followed through?
Well, now I believe they are. In the past, they weren't followed correctly, and that's because Krejcir had senior cops on his payroll. But I think the Commissioner of Police has now appointed a team that don't have a price. They can't be purchased. They're more interested in serving their country than they are themselves. And we're going to see justice being served. And I think Krejcir, at the end of the day, will rue the day he decided to come to South Africa, where he thought the criminal justice system was slack.
Thank you very much for joining us this morning. That's forensic investigator Mr. Paul O'Sullivan, very closely linked to the investigation into Radovan Krejcir. And of course, the trial continues in court today, and he just gave us sort of his views on this case. Another case